All right. Hi, everybody. It's time again for the Mikey and Al podcast. I'm Mikey.
And I'm Al.
And I'm Nick.
Good to have you guys with us today. So,
Great to be here.
What's on the agenda today, Mike?
Oh, cripes. We have some really interesting topics.
Is that a reference to the English swimmer who's going to be coming to New York?
Yes.
What is going on with that?
So this guy, his name is something Pugh. Well, they already fucked up the name.
Yeah. He's already at a disadvantage
Pepe
with that
La.
name.
No, his name is Mr. Pugh. What's his actual name? They keep referencing him as Mr. Pugh. Come on.
So what is he? Is he like a UK swimmer who's trying to be an activist for everything?
Mr.
or-
Pugh. We'll call him Stinky.
Lewis. His name is Lewis Pugh.
Yeah,
Lewis
we'll call him
Pugh.
Stinky.
Stinky? Why are we
Stinky.
going to call him Stinky?
That's Pugh,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh,
We're buddies with him.
Okay,
Yeah,
so Pugh,
like
yeah.
Pepe Le Pew.
This guy who doesn't know any one of us exists.
No, not at all.
All right. So
But
he's coming
I
over
feel-
here and he's
So-
trying to make a name for
I
himself.
enjoy swimming.
Well, no,
Go on.
Mr. Pugh has already made a name for himself. He swam in the Antarctic and in the Arctic. He swam the English Channel, all 350 miles or something of the English Channel already. And now he plans, and he's done all this in the name of all these other endurance swims as well.
Well, I've swam back and forth on the Sportsplex, and that's about 10 meters.
Yeah, well,
So I consider myself pretty
adequate.
pretty good.
Yeah, an enduro swimmer.
Well, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
should
what did
join
he
him.
do?
You should join him when he swims the Hudson River. That's his next plan, is to swim
He's
all
gonna
of the
swim the
Hudson
Hudson
River,
River.
all 315
Yeah.
miles.
If he gets through it, he may get hit with needles or I don't know, some kind of sludge
Floating
or
bodies.
fucking floating bodies.
Yeah.
So, yeah, especially down the
Yeah, Hudson.
right? Yeah, down
I
the
love
Hudson.
for that.
But
Yeah.
He's
we-
going to be swimming.
He's going to get hit with a hypodermic needle as
Get
soon
hit
as
with
he's
a
waving to people on the
hypodermic
Henry
and-
Hudson.
Exactly.
A hobo's
Yeah.
going to be swimming there and is going to stab him with the hypodermic needle a couple of times.
Yep.
The
I
don't
think
know.
it's great though. What is his purpose?
So-
They actually do that. The junkies will jump off the piers if they see someone swimming, and they'll
Really?
stick them with old needles.
No, they
Will
won't.
they really?
Is that a thing?
I was bought into that. I was
No,
like,
but I-
wow, that actually
I was at a
makes
concert
sense.
recently. My brother-in-law puts on a concert once a year called Punk Island.
Okay.
There are a bunch of punks out on a pier, down in Brooklyn, and a hobo jumped out into the water.
I don't doubt it.
It got everybody in trouble.
I don't doubt
Really?
Yeah,
the hobo know
he
how
was
to-
pissed, but I was like, "Isn't that punk rock?"
Yeah,
Kind of a
it's
punk
gonna be
rock
little bit
move.
punk.
it.
But it got him in trouble with the
hobo
parks.
know how
So
to swim?
what
Is
is
the
this
question.
guy trying to? What's his purpose?
Climate change.
For
He's raising
climate
awareness to climate change in the global climate problems that
climate
we have been told about.
change.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny about climate change? I mean, I don't know if I buy into it or
Ha
not.
ha.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Okay.
To be honest with you,
Yeah.
I do believe that there's some kind of shift in what's going on globally, but at the
Sure.
same time, it seems like the U.S. is sort of like footing the bill for the whole climate change shit. It seems like Japan and all the other countries are like, fuck that. Other than Europe, I think Germany and all those countries are sort of in with the green kind of a thing.
Yeah, is China in with the green thing?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because I
So
still
this guy
think they
could be
have
swimming for
sweatshops.
nothing. He'd just be swimming.
Yeah.
He's like, okay. So what is he trying to raise money? Is that what he
So
awareness?
he's raising awareness to this.
So how do we donate?
I don't know. I would imagine you can find a website to donate to him if you
Wait.
wanted to donate to this.
Okay.
Let's go back into this. He's trying to raise awareness for climate
Yeah, so he's done this
control,
before.
for climate change.
Yeah, he's done this before, and he has apparently. So I heard him on the British Broadcasting Channel, the BBC's Hard Talk Radio, which is where they interview somebody
Yeah.
and they really grill the person to make sure that to see where their thought process is.
Right.
And one of
I
the
got
main
you.
points the questionnaire, the interviewer kept coming up with is like, do you really believe that you swimming these distances is doing anything to change the climate problems in the world? And
Well, just ask Forrest Gump.
well, this guy said
Right?
True.
He had quite an impact.
right. Well, this
He
guy
really did.
This guy
didn't he?
has had some impact,
Right?
according to him.
Yeah.
According to Lewis, he says that I went to Russia, and it took 13 years of Russia saying, no, we're not going to protect this one area of ocean. And then I went to Russia, and I swam, and I went to the Kremlin, and I talked, and that was the year that they decided that they were going to start protecting this one area.
You
Yeah,
know
the
what?
one area
You know
that
what
they
I say
shifted
about
all the
this guy?
pollution to another area.
Wherever it is.
Come on, give me a fucking break.
Well,
I mean, you know, fuck
The
this
guy-
guy.
wait a
He's gonna
second.
go swim in a fucking river And we're supposed to be like, okay, about all climate change right now. But we do want him on the show, don't get me wrong. But
fuck you, basically.
Well, at the end of the day,
he's well-meaning though, right? He's
been
vetted.
Well-meaning. But I mean,
right, or is he a turd?
Swim, and that's what you can do for climate change?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Go out there and fucking, make something, build something. You're going to swim for climate
change. Yeah, pour sugar in someone's gas tank, man. You'll stop, a carbon footprint for the day.
I think I just torpedoed our ability to have
him on the show. Okay. When he comes to Newburgh, because he will be passing us by right here on the Hudson River.
Oh, we're going to support him. We're going to throw shit at him in the river when he's fucking drowning.
Yeah.
Maybe like, fuck
we're going to throw buckets of oil at him.
Exactly.
PCBs, is it? PCBs in the Hudson.
Get some whale lard.
Exactly.
Although he did swim with
PCBs
on an abandoned whaling vessel or whaling, whatever they call those vessel. I'm guessing.
All right.
And he saw the dead whale bones frozen in the water.
Oh, God bless him.
Yeah.
Let's quit shitting on fucking Pepe Le Pew.
So I say we get some whale bones and we start throwing them at him.
We're Americans over here. We don't do shit.
Okay.
For nothing.
Well, you know what? Right? I think what he's doing is good, but it might be immediately a threat to his health.
Yeah. I mean, he's swimming in like 1 to 7 degrees.
It says here that General Electric alone has dumped an estimated 1.3 million pounds of polychlorinated
in the Hudson,
biphenyline, right? Whatever it is, PCBs.
You don't want to be in the Hudson for nothing.
From 47 to 77, right?
We're in Newburgh.
Hold up.
I mean, God bless.
Hold up here. It also says experts say it's safe to swim in most of the Hudson most of the time. It's a fucking dump. That guy's going to get diarrhea in the first stretch. Also, I have another devil's advocate thing here because I don't mind, well-meaning, foolish adventures because I go on them all the time.
Of course.
but he's going with the flow. You could do that in a raft with beer.
That's true. So he's going with the current.
He's going with the current.
See?
Which makes sense. He says that he's going to go and he's going to end up at a UN conference that's on the river as well.
Yeah.
So are they just going to pull him up?
I'm sure they really give a shit about him being there.
His skin's going to slide off. Right?
He's fucking shriveled to bits. Yeah. He's fucking shivering.
Fucking parasites and shit fucking attack him in the Hudson.
They have
I wouldn't swim in the Hudson for nothing.
Hey, mate.
Don't get me wrong.
Not for a second.
No.
Not for a second.
No.
I mean, how much fucking contaminants go up and down that river?
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, you can't even see through the I mean, there is no visibility like a foot down.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And hot summer nights down there, if everybody's hanging out dancing by the river, you ever notice it smells like New Jersey?
It does.
Nothing against New Jersey.
No,
of course not.
But it does, man. It smells like the Meadowlands. What's making that smell? Nothing's really dirty around here. Oh, yeah, they're probably
I think
dumping.
he should have picked the ocean or something like that. Some kind of Bahamas trip or something like that where you got blue water.
Yeah.
Because he's going to come out of the Hudson hurting.
And then you wonder if he's going to have an impact on New Yorkers. Because you really got to drill hard to get through there. They'll be looking over. Oh yeah, there he is. Couple of hipsters. Oh, we're late.
Exactly.
We're late for Pabst Blue Ribbon and
climate change. But climate change, I do believe in climate change. I just got back from Florida, and Florida was hot as fuck. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Florida is obviously known.
You get the feeling it was hotter than ever.
Oh, it was just brutal.
Really?
And I went into Clearwater. I took my kids to Clearwater, and we went to Clearwater Beach, which was really cool.
Huh?
But when we got in the water, I'm telling you, the water felt hotter than the sand did. It was like unbelievably hot. It was like 94 degrees. It was like you're going into a sauna to try to cool off.
Yeah, you hop into a hot tub outside.
And I'm scared of sharks, so I'm sitting there and I'm like 4 feet in, right? And I'm like I'm just like scoping from a parameter. I'm looking for a fucking fishtail or some shit like that. And I know I'm crazy that way, but I don't know. Sharks and alligators just fuck me up. I can't even think about it. I can't.
Yeah, swamp water. Yeah, you ever see Floridians just kind of like going on a rope swing in this alligator-infested waters? Would they go in?
We went on, let me tell you this, Mike. We went on a tour. Mm-hmm. It was a manatee tour where you're supposed to see the manatee, right?
I'll never wear a life vest.
Bullshit tour I've ever been on. So you get there and you're like, okay. So it's this lady, and she was a nice lady, don't get me wrong. But it should have been like, hey, we may see a manatee possibly or whatever, but it may not happen. So we get on this boat and we're it's the four of us and we're in like these the suits, like the black suits that you go snorkeling in.
Oh yeah, wetsuits.
Oh, we're in the wetsuits.
Yeah.
So
they're hot in there.
Oh my God,
and they stick. They're hard to put
crazy.
on. I got you.
So we're sitting there in the boat, and she's sort of idling out. And we're like, okay, and we're like idling out, and fucking. It was in a place called Homosassa, Florida. So we get on this boat, and we're idling out, and she's like, okay, we're gonna go see the manatees and whatnot. So we spend about 2.5, 3 hours in this fucking suit, cruising around looking for these manatees that did not fucking occur. And we're in these fucking wetsuits.
Yeah.
And everybody around us are like just partying their ass off. They're just fucking having a great time. And like, where the fuck are we doing?
Sure, they could be told they saw manatees. No. They wouldn't know the difference afterwards.
Wasted $200.
Oh.
Anyway. So, anyway, Florida is a great place to be, but I think that climate thing definitely is a challenge. Really do.
You got a call back from that lady.
I did.
The manatee lady.
Yeah. She called back. She messed up on the credit card. So she's like, can you please call me and give me your credit card because we couldn't charge you on the card. And I had a conflict because I was like, you know what?
No.
I didn't
wasn't worth
fucking
it.
See a manatee the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
For 3 hours, there's not one man. I want to see the back of the head of a manatee. I don't give a fuck what it was.
Anything. Yeah, an outline, something in murky water, sure.
Some guy holding a manatee head from underneath.
I ended up paying her.
You did?
Reluctantly.
Yeah.
Well, she could have been,
because she said it would have came out of her paycheck, so I felt bad.
Yeah.
But she sucked. She
really
did.
Yeah,
she was smoking on the boat, blowing shit in my kid's face.
The manatees
really? Oh, yeah, well, it's Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, blowing 100.
It was bad. I didn't make it to OCC, though. I made it over to the OCC place.
Yeah, I've been doing this for years.
Manatees.
Yeah, I love this stuff.
I made it over to OCC, though.
Throwing cigarettes in the
very,
water.
very cool. We had the gator bites, which was cool. We made it over to OCC, which is in the Pinellas area, I think.
Pinellas.
Yeah.
Pinellas.
Hollywood, right?
I love that area.
Oh, shit.
Clint Eastwood, no clock.
Let me ask you a question, though.
Yep.
Because I do see a lot of, there's a lot of pictures of you up, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And they have a lot of paintings and shit like that going on with you. And were you ever asked about that, or was that just like a given? Or who put that whole facade up? Because there's a lot of pictures of you.
Oh, they just do whatever they want. They do whatever they want, and I don't cease and desist. Well, fuck it. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
But it's nice. I guess it's a promotion for me, too.
It really is.
Oh, you keep me in the mind anyways of the people.
We got to get the podcast over there.
But I went over there. Actually, they have a really cool music venue. It's huge. Did you see that part?
Yeah,
it's like an outdoor kind of like, like a courtyard.
It's awesome.
And
it really is.
They had a transvestite Lady Gaga cover band.
Is that
really?
I thought it was like the most entertaining thing in the world,
I didn't know that they really.
Yeah. It was pretty, and it was midday entertainment. So I was like, this place has got to get swinging at night.
So that was the first time you were there, though, right?
Yeah, first and only.
Yeah.
Dropped in for lunch and got out of there.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you have anybody there? Were you just with your pops and Joan, or who were you with?
Yeah, I was with my father and Joan.
Okay.
Just hanging. Great
so
burger.
when you guys walk in, is everybody like that kind of shit? Like they come catered to you, or they're like, okay, all's good, or how does that work? So when you're sitting down, are you like, I'm Mike Tuttle and I'm not paying, or are you like, I'm Mike Tuttle and give me the bill? Or do they give a shit?
Yeah, I'm with him. He's paying. That's great. But it was the only time I was down there, so I would imagine, I got the ribs too. I was gonna get the burger because I want to see, measure of a good restaurant. You want to get it in one meal. Yeah, right?
Burger.
Whether or not it's...
I just said this, it's a burger.
It's a burger.
Yeah.
And, they had the ribs, man.
The ribs were good?
I got the ribs. They were delicious.
Oh, my God.
Succulent.
The gator bites were really good. They were really good.
Yeah.
And they had this, like, remoulade sauce or something like that you dip the gator bites in.
Really?
Off the hook. Really, really good.
I'll try it
Which leads me into Newburgh. What would some of your favorite restaurants be in the Newburgh, New York location? And yes, we are in Newburgh, New York, not Orange County,
There's
California.
this really shitty pizza joint off Bombville Road. I've had pizza there many times.
What's it called?
The Franco Residence.
What a dick.
That's fucked up.
I make good pizza, asshole.
If you're a rotten kid.
I am a piece of shit.
I didn't know where you're going with that either. I'm like, where is
either.
this?
I
Some
was
kind
like,
of
where
a
the
deli
fuck is
Nick
that?
goes to for pizza? That's
Talking about
okay?
that.
What, is this going anywhere? Do
Go
people want to
there
hear
for-
this?
For caviar and truffle and pizza.
Newburgh is known. I mean, don't get me wrong. You have the waterfront, which has a lot of different culinary kind of things, but they're sort of on the upper echelon in terms of price range. But
You know what's really nice down there is the Tiki Bar?
Tiki Bar is cool.
Tiki Bar's cool. It's really nice atmosphere.
Yeah,
I
they
go
just
down there
opened
and
a new
relax.
place. I think it's called Jet Set or something like that. It's really cool.
That's some hot shit, pop the collar stuff.
Yeah.
Wear your British Knights that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Billy Joe's is probably always going to be known for they're the only place there that has a platform that has, on a Friday and Saturday night, you can, the deck area and whatnot is just unbelievable.
Like 3 bars. You
cram
get there
it.
early enough. You get the tag. You don't have to pay the cover fee.
Listen, it's not just
you
a
got to be
barbecue
there by
joint.
like 9 o'clock, I think.
Yeah, club
right?
night. You have to be there get there by 7. Because they start putting out their wristbands around 8.
That's where that girl
Really?
dissed me.
Wow.
That's where the girl dissed you last week that you talked about last week. That one.
Yeah.
He was going perusing.
I was going perusing.
He was going perusing and got the old Turner. Oh, that happened to me, by the way.
What's that?
I approached a girl on a dance floor in Florida, in Miami one time. And she was really beautiful.
Right.
And I just said, "Hi, how are you? I'm Mike." And she just turned her back on me.
Oh,
She
shit.
turned her back on me.
Isn't that the worst?
I started laughing. I don't care. I
know
can
what?
deal with rejection.
I agree with
No
you because
stranger.
I think if you can handle that rejection, you can handle anything.
But we were equal age, kind of. Yeah, when you're older and you just say hello or something,
Yeah,
And, that makes you feel
that's
like
true.
you did something, but you didn't do anything.
You know what? I've come to the conclusion that I really don't give a shit anymore. If you approach somebody and you say something,
Yes.
and it's either receptive or they're positive or negative, it doesn't matter as long as you did it. Because the one thing that I had a problem with when I was younger is even approaching anybody.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
And
Getting
then
over the
as
nerves.
I get older, I'm like, fuck it. What do we got to lose? You approach somebody and you say something,
Yeah.
you're either going to get a positive or negative response. And if it's negative, who gives a shit?
Move on.
You move on.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. But not taking the shot,
That's
where you
lame.
lose.
Yeah, that's
I
lame.
can't do
That's
that.
where you lose.
Yeah, that's
I
where you
won't.
can't.
Won't approach a stranger in public because it's like they're not there.
That's
for
because
that.
you're young. You're 20.
Yeah, you got a lot of time.
I think you're an asshole if you approach somebody that's working, though. That's a big one.
What do you mean working?
Somebody's a bartender, server, waiter, waitress.
I disagree.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just something about the serving aspect. I guess because I worked as a server, I never had anybody approach me, unfortunately. No ladies were interested,
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's because you're not that cute.
Talking about good-looking servers.
Not as cute as
Talking
you think.
about good-looking
Thank you.
servers such as myself, Hudson Taco hires all that young crowd, and they're definitely my favorite place in Newburgh in terms of food. They're
Hudson
expensive,
Tacos.
but worth it.
Oh, yeah?
Hudson Taco
Worth
is
it
off
once
the
in a
hook.
What are they getting you for a taco?
They're getting you on a taco about $2.50. Don't get me wrong. Hudson Taco is great.
Not bad.
The only problem with Hudson Taco is the amount of taco. You got to eat probably about 10 tacos.
Oh, they're
Because they're
tiny
like the
tacos.
smaller taco, but they're very, very authentic. I mean, they're really, really good.
Dynamite, huh?
For
Oh,
real.
they're off the
Cilantro,
hook.
you got the verde sauce,
Yeah,
right?
it's almost like what we had on that truck the other day. Remember?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
And then we went to the
name of place.
Mexican. We went to that one.
Yeah, what was that?
Yeah.
Barrillas.
And then you got the warehouse. The warehouse
That's
is, I mean, for a burger standpoint, the warehouse is just unbelievable.
They do a good burger.
Yeah,
That
they got
is
like
true.
20 different variables on the burger and whatnot. So, yeah, I mean, you could always find good food in Newburgh, I think. Just no matter where you go,
Yeah, and whether or not you get mugged.
Yeah.
Well, that depends
I'm
upon
just
where you
kidding.
go, too.
Depends on if you go to Crack Joe's or Billy Joe's.
Well, yeah, Newburgh can be I don't know. Newburgh can be tense at some point.
Mm.
So speaking of Newburgh and getting mugged and whatnot, I understand somebody may be going to Colombia.
I was invited.
Okay, what do you mean you got invited to Colombia? How does somebody get invited to Colombia?
So I work for...
It's not like you got invited to your fucking, a bachelor party.
So I worked for a Puerto Rican-run business that is not to do with Colombia, but this is how I got invited. They're doing a trip to Colombia to go to the flower festival that's in Medellin, right this upcoming week. And I was one of the people that was invited from the company to go there. I work with the company. I work for the company.
Can you just get to it? I mean, you keep going. How did you get there? So what's going on?
Just talk to me about going on and on.
Nobody just going on and on. Okay, so did you get invited to Colombia or not?
Yes.
Okay.
I got invited to Colombia. I just said I was one of the people.
Okay.
Damn.
So what happened?
I said no. I'm not comfortable going to Colombia right now. I got a lot of pushback from my family.
You're such a pussy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to Colombia next month.
Look at my face. You can spot me in a snowstorm because I'm whiter than the snow.
It doesn't matter. I've been to Colombia. Let me tell you about Colombia.
Yeah, you're a target.
You are missing out.
Not even.
To be honest with you,
yeah.
And I'm not saying the city's not
You're
beautiful.
a sweet kid.
You are missing out.
You don't need to miss a finger.
No.
Colombia is not what it used to be. I'm telling you, Colombia has changed dramatically.
Have you gone?
I have. I've been to Cartagena. I'm going to Medellin next month. Medellin or Medellin. I always get it.
Medellin.
Me and my buddy, a friend of mine, his name's Tony out of Nashville. We went to Cartagena together. Cartagena is sort of a beach resort in Colombia. So we flew into Cartagena. We had such a great time for 5 or 6 nights. You're right there on the beach. We stayed at a resort that probably cost about $80 a night, which was unbelievably off the hook. The food was phenomenal. The people were great. I can't say enough about Colombia. It is not that Pablo Escobar kind of version of Colombia anymore.
Well, just to be clear, there are still cartels that operate in and around Colombia.
Yeah, if you're going to be stupid and go out to the fucking, to the Amazon.
There's also cartels in America.
Kind of
there's cartels everywhere, right?
Right, yeah.
And if you get stupid enough to go to the dangerous places in America, you're in danger.
Who invited you?
Are you kidding me? You're in fucking Newburgh. Exactly. Try going to Broadway in a fucking
Saturday you step outside the door here.
Exactly. Step outside the door here and see how...
you're more in harm's way.
When I was filming in Newburgh, I had a guy tweaking while I was driving my car, just walk into my car multiple times. Like he didn't recognize that he was walking into traffic and hit my car multiple times.
That's my point. Wow. So, I mean, you cannot, when I was in Colombia, I cannot say anything that would happen negative. We had a great time, and it's so inexpensive. We had a great time, and I cannot wait to go back because I think you missed out on a good opportunity.
I did, because it was free. It would have been fun. They have a house. They had our security taking them everywhere.
It was free and you didn't go?
Yeah.
So you didn't go because you thought that
and you had security?
I didn't go because I would have had a lot of arguing to do with
and you
the
had
family.
Security?
Oh my God.
Oh, well, Nick, sometimes.
Nick, I think you got to grab
I don't want to instigate.
No, I know, but I did have this conversation, and it was just a sheer no from, and I don't need a month of a silent treatment from my parents,
Okay, but let me ask you a question. When do you grow some nuts? You're going to be 23 years old.
Pay me more.
No, but my point is this, and I don't mean it in a negative way, but I mean at 23, I never listened to my parents in terms of what they told me to do. I did whatever the fuck
I went to Toronto on my own. I went to Boston the week after that.
You would not have a problem. I'm telling you, in Medellin, you would probably meet some of the best looking women in your life who were very, because Medellin.
Yeah, prostitutes.
No. Medellin is a big university town. A lot of them go to school. And, do they, do anything in terms of other than that? Probably. But I think at your age, you missed out on a great opportunity.
Yeah.
I really believe that.
One thing I did, I dated a woman from Colombia.
Yeah?
Yep.
What was her name?
I met her at OCC. I forgot.
Que te llamo?
So she meant a lot to me. This relationship was really deep. But we hung out for like an evening. She was visiting her sister in Jersey, and we made out and everything, and she was a beautiful woman. And then we started dating, and she had to go back to Bogota.
No, she's in Bogota.
But we were, kind of keeping, what do you call it, Skype or whatever? Keeping in touch via Skype.
Right.
And I would be sitting in my shitty apartment, and she would start getting jealous. Like, who's in your apartment,
I think
and I was sitting there all alone, and I'd show her my shitty apartment and tell her, there's nobody here.
And she'd be like, check the closet, open the closet door.
Yeah. No, really. She would kind of like interrogate me, Then we had to break it off.
Yeah, of course. That's
kind of a lame story.
No, but that hits loco really quick.
I almost got,
I
that was almost the one.
I think Latino women are very hot and fire.
Latinas are Latins.
But I think there is some kind of aspect that they, I think Latino women, they want to make sure that you're with them. And there is a proponent there of that. They think that, there's some cheating going on. I don't know why, but it was like that. When I was in Cartagena, though, it was just off the hook. We were on the beach and whatnot, and it was so cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could fly round trip for about $300. You stay at a fucking amazing resort. For
really?
$70, $80 a night.
Can you still take your friend back up on this?
Yeah,
no, they leave tomorrow. Passports and tickets are gone.
You messed up.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a free trip, and that would have been amazing, But
whatever.
Then we wouldn't be recording here with you two lovely people. Yeah, that was the crux of it. And I was willing to fight it, but I was not willing to fight this one. And I've done a lot of traveling. I am a little tired of traveling right now.
Yeah, I got you.
Bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say that.
You should be kicking ass, man.
Speaking of cocaine.
Like fucking shaking off jet lag. Okay, go on.
Speaking of cocaine, they found, crossing the border from Mexico to Texas, they discovered a lot of cocaine that was hidden in cheese wheels, like restaurant-grade cheese, wheels of cheese that they sell to restaurants so they can do fucking cheese stuff.
You know what? This coincides with a theory of mine.
What's your theory?
It's that Cheez-Its are so good.
Because there's cocaine in them?
Well, I'm guessing now, yeah.
Well, that's why Coke was so addictive.
If you eat a Cheez-It, right, or you eat a fucking cheese nip, right, what do you like more?
I don't eat
or any nips. Cheese cracker.
Yeah, Cheez-Its are amazing.
Cheez-Its are unbelievable.
They've got a
real They really are good.
Yeah. And Goldfish, too, though.
It's because they're putting cocaine in it.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to get them as a sponsor now. But,
we can get Cheese Nips, the competitor, to sponsor us.
Maybe.
We don't put Coke in our products.
All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to sideline.
We're going to get Nabisco to send us a cease and desist on calling
I think
it's
ingenious, though, to have a cheese wheel because when I was in Ocean City, Maryland, my kids every day, which is great because it saved me a lot of money. They had this cheese wheel place where they put the pasta in the cheese wheel and they would shred it around and whatnot in the cheese wheel. And it was like about $8, where everything else was like $15, $20.
Right.
Yeah.
And they loved that pasta. And I was, wow, this is fucking awesome. Yeah. And I even asked the guy, I was like, because I've never seen a cheese wheel. I've never seen anybody in Newburgh do a cheese wheel.
No, only at really expensive restaurants.
Right. So, I mean, this was a guy sort of almost on the beach doing the cheese wheel thing. And I'm thinking,
a cheese wheel used to be like a poor person's thing.
A poor person's thing?
Yeah, you had a cheese wheel in the fridge or in the basement or whatever.
That's it, yeah.
Now it's,
But for those guys to put Coke in a cheese wheel, God bless them.
They put Coke anywhere. They put it up inside of bums. And
so you know what? I'm hoping that they got away with
now,
it.
Now, why cheese wheels as opposed to anything else?
Because it's just trying to get contraband across the border.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you figure they'd be a little more sophisticated these days.
It's the simple things that won't set it off.
Yeah, being out in the open is the best place to hide.
With cheese, like the drug dogs might get confused,
Yeah, but sticking like little things up your asshole.
I think they ironed out that.
That's what they do, right?
Listen, if a drug dog doesn't love cheese, then they need to be like shot.
But have you seen that?
Because every dog loves cheese, right? I mean, they would at least they would sniff the cheese because that's not okay to bring in.
No,
right? It was at the border.
I don't know. I think it's a weird thing to bring across.
I
need
the border. More information.
I don't know, but I think that, if you get cheese and whatnot, I think cheese would probably, mask the scent if you got, cocaine or whatnot. Who knows?
I guess, right? Yeah, completely encapsulate it.
But I have seen some of those shows where you got people trying to get through the border, and they're either going to go through customs or they shove that shit up their ass, or whatever, and they got it in their fucking abdomen, and they got like cocaine and a little,
charger.
Disposable fucking
the charger.
Yeah, can you imagine that shit? And that shit explodes in your fucking abdomen.
Ooh, oh, that's an OD.
Done. Yeah, you're done.
That's an OD. If it's in the gastrointestinal tract, it depends on where it is. You're still going to be having not so good a time.
I need more info on the cheese.
On the cheese?
And how did it get found?
I don't know.
Customs?
They just felt there wasn't something good.
But let's be honest. How many?
It must be Lindbergh.
How many tons and
something
tons
stinks here, boy.
How many tons and tons of coke come through this fucking border or whatever in the United States daily, and we just miss it. So I mean, you highlight like the cheese will, but I mean, there's always somebody
just because it's colorful.
Exactly, but there's always somebody being created to get drugs here.
Absolutely. Right? But you figure with all the tunneling that they have going on, right? You could just like send a pipeline of drugs.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Boom, like a small pipe, like a 6-inch pipe, so no, it doesn't get any kind of like press.
No, I agree.
He's just sending it like 3 miles across the. They probably are, right?
17.8 pounds of cocaine was concealed inside of the wheels.
Well, that's 8 kilos.
According to
that's 7 kilos.
When official customs encountered a pickup truck transporting 4 large wheels of cheese from Mexico into the Presidio port of entry in Texas Thursday, they had a hunch something was off. I bet the fucking drivers were just like,
maybe they were heading
I'm assuming. I mean, I don't know. That's how you die if you're trying to transport drugs and you use the product.
Who knows? That's maybe they were heading.
It's not too uncommon though, Nikki.
A 22-year-old driver, a U.S. citizen who legally declared the cheese, will face charges for the failed smoggling attempt. The agency.
You know what? They probably were heading to Hunter Biden and the White House.
Oh, you know what they do? No, they basically. I think they. Well, I mean, that seems like an awfully large load, but I think they can just produce it. That's not much to the cartels. So what they do is they just send some dumb, eager kid, who wants to impress them, and then hopefully it makes it over the border.
Yeah,
I think so.
If it doesn't, the kid takes the hit.
Yep,
kid takes a hit.
But geez,
and the family. Takes
how hard do you want to go on a 22-year-old kid?
No,
I mean, I yell at Nick, but
I'm 23
he's worse
and
than
a
most.
half.
He's worse than most criminals.
I sent you a photo. Of
he comes over to my house, man. He enters whistling. Oh Christ!
That's the cocaine.
Oh God! I'm half asleep on the couch. Hey! And then he starts throwing knives into the wall. I mean, I don't want to throw you under the bus.
You're like, let me chill out a little bit. Or get
no,
the
he's
fuck
great.
out.
I'm just breaking your balls.
I sent you the cheese wheel on your phone.
But did you?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so Tom Holland came out. Tom Collins.
Tom Holland stopped drinking Tom Collins.
Yeah. So he's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if he was a great Spider-Man.
No more Collins for Holland.
Spider-Man?
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
Nikki? Was he good?
So he came out.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not a...
He came out.
Not a stand.
He's 22, and he was talking about how his life changed because he was an alcoholic. At 22, and I'm thinking to myself, at 22... I mean, are you fucking kidding me? I was drinking every fucking weekend and going out and having fun. How do you figure out you're an alcoholic at 22? I'm not sure if you can do that.
Look at you now.
No. At my age, yes, I can figure out that I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah,
but
sure.
At 22.
Yeah. Your demons become very apparent probably in your 30s.
Yeah, because at 22, you're just going out there. And first of all, he's a notoriety. He's a guy of some notoriety.
He's a big potatoes.
Exactly. He's got a ton of money in his pocket.
Doing good.
And he's doing well.
Yep.
So where the fuck do you just say, you know what, I'm an alcoholic?
Well,
why don't you just say, you know what, I love getting fucked up and I went out and got drunk on certain nights and whatnot, but not at 22.
On this side of it, I'll tell you this. My brother Paul went to rehab when he was 16.
16?
Yeah. So they overreacted because my father had a history of alcohol. You know what I mean? So he went to rehab when he was 16. Like,
did he really?
What the fuck is that? Yeah, man. The brain's not even developed, but it might have made a little dent on him and helped him out. So even if the kid's just telling himself he's an alcoholic, it's good for him to separate himself from the booze in order to continue this killer career that has been known to be tanked by certain demons.
That may be okay.
Something like that.
Can feel that.
That's okay. Is he really an alcoholic? Probably not. But geez, if he doesn't want to wait around to figure it out,
we can hope.
All right. I guess it's 16. Wow.
But Nick, any kind of background on his testimony, like for how long he's been drinking? Has he been drinking since he's 8?
I hadn't heard about Tom Holland's drinking. I just,
exactly.
I would have thought he's somebody who doesn't drink, but that's because he plays such.
Because he's good looking.
Yeah.
All right, let's be on. Okay, first time you had an alcoholic beverage. How old were you?
5.
I know exactly how old I
was. 13.
Me too.
13 at a wedding, whiskey sour.
Yeah.
Sneaking him with my cousin Nick.
Church wine.
Both of us recovering alcoholics.
Oops.
Yeah, 13. Yeah, I think I was about 13 as well. I think it was about
I feel like Remfield when I think about my booze.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And it was probably one of those functions too. Yeah, it happens. I guess it's 16 though. I didn't know they sent Paul to rehab at 16.
They did, yeah. But he doesn't. It's not like he doesn't drink or anything. He has like a Heine here and there,
Mm-hmm.
So what?
And a Heineken.
So why did they feel that 16 was necessary?
Because your father's addiction.
Yeah, big scare because of my father's.
Really?
Oh yeah, he was bad.
Okay, well I know your father.
So there was big paranoia. The old man was big into the program.
What was? Let me ask. What was? Okay, I drank beer basically. I didn't drink. I was never a liquor kind of a guy.
Yeah.
I just drank a lot of beer.
Yeah,
and
that'll save you.
Yeah,
I think people can drink beer forever.
You know what? Because
depending on who they're surrounded by and how they act.
Because of the alcohol content and whatnot, it's probably best. I would drink beer and I would drink wine, but I was never. If I had to go out somewhere, I may do some vodka.
Okay.
Just because I didn't want to, because beer sort of gets you bloated, kind of thing. So what was the old man's drink of choice, and what was your drink of choice?
He drank Black Velvet.
Black Velvet.
Yeah, while at work, while doing iron work.
Okay, Black Velvet is
Velvet.
Is that a?
That's a liquor. A bourbon.
A bourbon.
Yeah, bourbon or a whiskey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that was his choice.
Yep.
Okay.
Drink about a bottle and a half of that a day.
Was that like a liter or what?
It's a 40% alcohol.
That's a little over a full liter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe more. I don't know.
I mean,
so let me ask you though, because I will tell you
it's an 80 proof.
I do pride myself, and it's not prideful to say this, but it is.
They don't make it anymore, do they?
No, it's a Canadian. Really? It's a Canadian whiskey.
Yeah, it was a popular.
I was
one.
never. I was. Oh, you know how you have different kind of drunks.
Yeah.
I was always a happy kind of lucky kind of a guy. If I drank too much.
Yeah.
I was never an asshole. At least I don't think I was. I mean, you can ask other people, but at the end of the day, were you or your pops? Do you think you guys were more of a happy-go-lucky kind of a drunk, or were you more like because I've seen guys who are nasty as fuck when they get drunk.
Well, yeah, eventually, if it's bad enough. Because he was a liquor drunk and so was I.
Mm-hmm.
So it gets really bad towards the end for anybody.
That's true.
If you're really drinking liquor at that,
that's true.
Both kind of.
Because I think a lot of it has to do with you're just pissed off at yourself.
Yeah.
It's a disease, right?
Or the liquor, yeah. Sometimes it's just like really deep.
Mm-hmm.
Something. Yeah.
It's a disease.
Yeah, but I think there's a mental.
It affects everyone.
At rehab, when I went to rehab, they treat the mental underlying
causes, right?
And then also the
addiction.
I got you.
Family history and things like that. Your genetic predisposition.
Understood.
Yeah.
We got about 5 minutes here.
But the old man would drink Black Velvet.
That's a Scotch?
It's a whiskey, Canadian whiskey.
I don't know what else to say about that. He should tell. He wanted.
He could talk about it if
he wanted to come on the show and talk about all the times he used to drink when he worked. I think they used to sideswipe cars on the ride home and shit, and hear about it on the news. Things like that.
No, I'd love to have him on the show. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Are we going into a depressive kind of thing?
Yeah, where were we going? Did we go down?
Did we go down the tunnel? We don't want to do that.
No, I got a question, or I got a statement. People who watched last week's episode and this week's episode will know that the background changed from the prior weeks. We added some more records. We brought the arcade machine through, but paintings are something we wanted to mention. an artist named Meech, Meech, actually did these.
Hmm.
We'll show them off. I'll put them up on the screen right now while we're talking about them.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. They're wicked.
Cool.
Yeah, they're pretty dope. That kind of looks like you,
Very, very
Mike.
cool.
That one on the left there.
He's got
go to hell.
A lot of color schemes. We love the paintings behind.
There's no gingers, so I can't make fun of Nick.
Yeah,
really, really impressive.
But
so where can they go to purchase these paintings?
I'll put the tag up on the thing.
Did we wrap up the Superman thing? Spider-Man?
Yeah, you talked about alcohol, Black Label, Black.
Jeez, why do I feel like we're loose ended on everything? I don't know.
And the other thing we got
paying
is
attention enough.
What, Ben?
Yeah.
We're a shirt giveaway.
Yes.
This would be our 13th episode that we're releasing.
Okay, should I mention that?
Yeah.
Or you mentioned it.
Yeah, so this is our 13th episode.
So this is our 13th episode.
Are you just going to copy me?
Are you just going to copy me? All right.
Dick.
All right. I hate my voice.
Good being with you guys today. Obviously, we'd love for you guys to subscribe, follow us, and the hell with it. We're going to give another free shirt, and Mike's going to pick the winner. So go ahead, Mike.
I'm going to pick the winner. Here's another look at this beautiful shirt we have here. Drum roll.
Who is it going to be?
Florida 78.
Florida 78 is the winner.
Just
wonderful.
Ching.
Congratulations, Florida 78.
9 removed.
Got a
from the
Mikey
perfect name.
NL podcast shirt.
In the future, we'll do some sign promos. So please keep following us. Please keep subscribing.
Okay, I think that about wraps it up for today. I'd like to thank everybody for supporting us. Without your support, we wouldn't have, we wouldn't have shit.
Yep.
So,
I still
thank you. I'm trying to have a tender moment with the audience. Without your support, we'd have nothing. So please don't let us wind up without nothing. I mean, with something. With nothing. With nothing. Thank you.